Hello, good morning. Greetings and welcome. My name is Teresa, and I'm your host for Self Love Sharing Saturdays. It's been a while. I was checked out a little bit, got an opportunity to travel. Ended up traveling to Mexico. The process, of course, with, need to get your passport and ticket, air flight ticket, and of course, the most exciting thing is making sure that you complete your COVID test before you travel. I've always tried to avoid that test, and um, I just had to get it done. Not the best uh, test that is out there for us to take, but it always gives you an opportunity to make sure that you are COVID negative. Otherwise, you're not allowed to travel. Ended up traveling to Mexico, got to see my mother's homeland, traveled to Guadalajara. Um, it's always nice to see different places, and especially for the time that we are in where, you're shelter in place. It was actually where we were transitioning where we could be out. But as always, making sure that I wore my mask, sanitized, um, try to keep distance from people. Very difficult when you're in a very busy city. But in all, it was a trip long overdue. I did miss my little ones as I was away. Um, I missed the husband as well. Um, and it was a great time with comadres, got to meet a gente, beautiful people, spirits, just in general and traveling, just exploring new places. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in on this beautiful day. I hope that you all are well and staying healthy. I ask the Creator to continue to protect you and your families in these challenging times. We looks like we're getting a little bit better in regards to being able to interact with one another, be out in the community, attend certain gatherings. Of course, as I was reading in the news, that you either have to show a negative COVID test or that you had got the vaccine. So make sure that, as always, please continue to keep your distance and wear your masks when you're out in the world. Um, Remember to drop a comment. Let me know that you're tuned in. Feel free to ask questions and participate. Usually I have a green screen, so you never know what's behind me, but behind me is kind of where my workshop is. In addition to working from home, being with the familia is the things that I do to give myself love is I like to create things. I actually was able to bring some things from Mexico so I can come back and share. Got this pretty neat t-shirt. Um, I will be stocking emu earrings. Looks like those are a pretty big hit. Um, I got some fajas, some samadots, t-shirts. I will be creating some necklaces, more jewelry. So make sure that you check out my link tree. Link tree that I have actually has the Etsy shop, gets you connected to all the live stream YouTube. Anything that I do live stream, you'll be able to see there. I also have services that since I'm now back from travels, I can actually have some dates available to be of service to others as needed for limpias. Of course, keeping COVID in mind and make sure that I wear a face mask and kind of just respect everyone's personal space. Also, some people, when I post things, like to message me directly. on how they can purchase things or pay for things. And usually my link tree is where I have all that information. So social media, my Facebook, Instagram. I post a lot on Instagram. It kind of feeds to my Facebook, but otherwise, whatever I post, you can always message me, and if you're interested, I can get an order out to you. So that's my link tree. If you want to go directly to my Etsy shop, it's actually strolling on the bottom here. Um, there are some new items that I placed up there, so make sure that you take a look and browse through there, see what new things. I tried to keep that up and make sure that things are updated on a weekly basis as well. And as always, thank you for tuning in on this beautiful day. And remember that every day is a good day to have a good day. And it's just great. So yesterday was Good Friday. Today's Saturday, of course, and tomorrow is Easter. So those of you that are celebrating Easter, those of you that don't, it's a time to, be with your family and your loved ones. I do want to take a moment to just see how everybody's doing. How's everyone doing out there? Um, and just have a conversation in regards to what are you doing to give yourself love, taking the time to focus on yourself, whether it's eating right, whether it's giving yourself positive affirmations. It's always good to start the morning on a positive note. Self love. I did want to share, it's one of my rings that I had got from Sayulita. Sayulita is a beautiful place. I actually got to go to a beach, and it's called Playa de los Muertos, which is Beach of the Dead. And one of the neat things about it is that you actually have to travel through a cemetery to get through that beach. And it's so beautiful, so calming. And so I'm really glad that I got an opportunity to take the time to give myself love. And what more way to do it was to spend it with beautiful people. And so it was great to travel. It was great. Got to see, and I haven't seen it in a while, is the sunset. We didn't get to see the sunrise, but a sunset in any ocean, beach is just beautiful. One of the things that I learned out there is that as we're here in the states, that it's shelter in place, don't go out, is that we still have to live, we still have to do things, we still have to go to the store, we still have to do our daily things, that we have to keep our household going. And there isn't any other place that kind of gave me that realization that, not to live in fear, and you still have to do the things you need to do in order to keep living. So it was just nice to see lots of people in one place. Of course, making sure that, I wore my mask all the time. And it was just beautiful to be around people. Some people like to be around people, some people don't like to be around people. Um, I did get an opportunity to stay at an Airbnb, which was amazing. Got to have a whole house to ourselves. So that was neat, to where we were able to keep away from everyone, but at the same time we were able to go out and get something to eat or take a walk and around the mercado. The mercados is kind of like a flea market of artisans, and it was just neat to see all the handmade things that people make, and that's what they did to earn a living. And not having my background, you can see that what I have in the back is kind of like my shop. And so, in addition to the daily work that I do, um, in the back of me is actually a place where I just create things. And when I create things, um, I like to share them, and people like them. So lots of positive love and energy goes into the work that I do. Some of the things are of friends of mine, and just try to help one another in regards to the community of creating um, and selling. One of the things that I really like to do when orders get placed is I always add something in addition to what's ordered. And so, when the receiver gets it, they get what they ordered, but there's also something else that I like to add in there. And it's just my own personal way of, giving more. And so um, it's just neat to do that. So I just wanted to see how everyone is doing out there. Drop a comment, say hello. I know it is early morning. I also have, like I said, if you haven't got a chance to take a look at the shop, I do have some new things that I had added to my shop. Um, you can get there, as always, through Ishkimili um, via Linktree. I usually post the link also in my Facebook page. And one of the questions that I wanted to propose today is, as always, what will you do today to give yourself love? And one of the things that I always like to do to give myself love, and it's always a reminder and always just good for your health in general, is making sure that you element yourself, whether it's going outside or whether it's drinking something, eating something, taking a moment for your time to take a deep breath, inhale, and relax. So there's lots of things. So just remember that every day you should take an opportunity to give yourself love and always ask yourself, what will you do today to give yourself love? One of the things that I always like to do and have been doing is, since the weather's been nice, not too cold, I do have little ones, is making sure that they element themselves, taking a break from being in home and going outside, going for a walk, taking them to the park, riding their bikes, pushing on their scooters. And so it's neat to just get them out, take a break, get them out. And it doesn't just necessarily have to be your little ones. Many of us have dogs, or, have um, loved ones where we know that it's time for them to kind of get out of the house. And it's it's difficult to get motivated to do things even in your home. And I don't think it's just me. I think it's just in general where it gets a little bit difficult to do the daily things in your home. And it's not that, we're being lazy, but I think it's just the energy that we have because we've just been sheltered for so long, to where it's like, okay, I'll get to it in a little bit. Oh, or I'll get to it, after I do this. But sometimes you just get stuck and you either lose track or you lose focus. And so we're so used to being on timed things, to where now you have all this time and it's kind of like, okay, what am I going to do with my time? So as always, kind of think about um, writing down maybe like the top three things the night before, of the things that you want to do the next day. And that always helps. You can write it down, take a mental note. So just know that just the motive, sometimes getting motivated to do things is a little bit difficult, but some people are the opposite where, they always have to be doing something. And it's okay. It's okay, if you're that person that's always constantly doing something. I myself, I'm the same way to where I'm always constantly doing something, or, I need to either clean this or organize this or place an order, or, add things to the shop, or somebody sent a message, or someone needs something. And so I kind of have to balance it out, just because I know that I have a family, and so I have to balance with work, with the shop, um, with family. So it's just trying to find a balance. Know that you're not alone out there in regards to, how do I get motivated to do things? But know that it is, um, you can do it. And so just make sure that you give yourself that self-talk and, positive affirmations. As always, know that you can do anything. So don't let no one tell you that you can't not do anything. Um, So those of you that are kind of just listening in, like I said, I usually have my green screen up, and the picture that I usually have is of some nopales, which is a piece of art that my brother drew. And so one of the things that I kind of wanted to share is that um, behind me is my workspace. In front of me is kind of like the work that I do every day, Monday through Friday. But the work behind me is kind of like evening, weekends, filling orders. And so I wanted to kind of share a little bit of what I do, and with everyone that's kind of out there. And just know that there's going to be some things that are going to be added to the website, I would say on a weekly basis, because I don't want to post everything all at one time, just because it takes a little bit of time. But otherwise, there is some cool merch that I'll have coming up. I got some pretty neat t-shirts. They are actually on the Etsy website, on my Etsy website, that you can check out. Those of you that are tuning in, it's actually scrolling at the bottom. There's some pretty neat tees. I think the guys would like the girls. I've posted some, and some of the girls like them as well. I'm actually wearing one, so if you can see, pretty colorful. Has the Aztec calendar, or we call it the Aztec calendar, but for me, it's the movement of the earth and creation. So I have some neat things that are going to be coming up, especially in the shop. I actually ended up refilling or restocking on some prayer bundles. The prayer bundles have poposhkomis, which are copaleros, incense burners, and you will actually get in the prayer bundle. See, I have an image here real quick. The prayer bundle, you can see in the picture on the corner, you will get some sage in the prayer bundle, the copalero. You'll get some palo santo, and some copal. And so the prayer bundles are for your own healing and your sacred space. You can actually cleanse. I always get a question is, what do you do to kind of cleanse yourself, cleanse your space? And the things that I have, which, I can't go and cleanse your home. I do offer that service, but I can't be, outside of, California. And so people kind of ask me, what can I do to cleanse my space? And one of the things that I kind of like to offer is that there is a prayer bundle. I forgot to mention also in the prayer bundle is some coals, because you need coals in order to light your copalero, so then you can burn your copal, burn a little bit of sage. Palo Santo, you can just light directly. let it burn, and then you can actually put that out on your in your copalero, or as I call them, samadors or poposhkomis. They're called in Nahuatl. So as always, those are pretty good to cleanse your space. You can actually just burn the palo santo or sage by itself. In order to burn copal, you do need the coals, which is why I include the coals inside the prayer bundle. I did want to just share a quick, here is a picture of my sacred space that I have outside, and the black thing right in this off to the side is a poposhkomi or copalero. Um, I do, those are included in the prayer bundle, but a little bit smaller. And so know that they are available. And you can use them when you need to. You know, if you, sometimes you can feel that energy where your either energy is off or in your home. Sometimes people might come over and it feels like the energy is off, or before even people come to your home, you can cleanse your space. So the prayer bundle is really good to cleanse yourself, cleanse your space, cleanse your family. It's basically creates like a protection, cleanses inside your home and creates protection for yourself and your home. So know that those are available. I do just also offer on the in my shop the copaleros by themselves, because some people already have the medicine that they need. If you just need the medicine, um, I always have that available in the shop. You know, you can order through the shop, send me a DM, Facebook, Instagram. So I do have those. Um, I just posted t-shirts. T-shirts are available. This one that I'm actually wearing is not on the shop yet, but it will be. Thought it was pretty neat. I know that kind of looks like it's tie-dyed, which I've seen tie-dye coming back, so I think that's pretty neat. That kind of looks tie-dye-ish. So I did want to see how everyone is doing. Good morning, comadre. Hope you're doing well. I hope that you have a good day. I hope that you and the little ones, I just want to say to give a shout out to Maya, to Isaac, to X, to my compadre. Hope that you guys are doing well. My comadre and I, we always have our conversations in regards to the living and lifestyle of danza. And so I always appreciate those conversations that she and I have. And thanks for waving hi and dropping a comment. Anybody that's out there, just say hello, see how you guys are doing, you know, ask questions. I'm here to be of service to you. It's not going to be a long stream, but otherwise, I just wanted to check in. Those of you that are just tuning in, I was out for probably about 2 weeks and actually got to travel out of the United States, ended up going to Mexico, traveled to Guadalajara, went to Nayarit, um, spent a couple days in Sayulita, which is just a beautiful place off the ocean. Got to stay in an Airbnb, went shopping at the mercados. As always, the food in Mexico is great, is always good. And it's good to get to explore, you know, go and travel different places. Some of us, you know, don't always get an opportunity to travel, but know that you don't have to travel far to go and explore places. My comadre Andrea, I'm up with the sun, girl. Work out done. Starting my day off right with you. Right on. That's good to hear. So yes, it would actually, and to kind of top that off, I think it would be good to see the sunrise. So up with the sun, yes. Getting a workout done, which is also part of self-love. So that's a great way to start your a Sunday excuse me, Saturday off, and starting the day off right with me. Absolutely. I think it's pretty neat to start, you know, any day with good people is a great way to start your day. Absolutely. Mama Deborah, yay, hello and good morning. Thank you for listening. I hope that you and Michael, Mother Emma are doing well. It's good to always hear from you, see your comments. Thank you for always sharing the things that I post. I absolutely love and appreciate your support that you give me. Thank you, Mama Deborah, for that. So, as always, this is just a check-in, just to see how everyone is doing. It is Saturday, as I mentioned before. Yesterday was Good Friday. Tomorrow is Easter. Some people celebrate Easter. Some people don't celebrate Easter. Um, it's really up to everyone to kind of see how they'll spend their Sunday. If it's with family, as always, any Sunday spent with family is always a good day, especially during these times where they tell us to, stay in your homes, don't go out and, be with family. But I think it can be, you can kind of play it safe to where if you are, if you know where your circle of people are, and you know where where other people are, you can kind of determine whether you can gather or not gather. Um, Of course, with the vaccine that is out, um, I've heard that people are having vaccine gatherings, meaning that if you got your vaccine, that you can gather. So know that that is also an option. Some people are not opt to getting vaccines, and that's totally okay because you are your own individual. And so I am not saying not to go get your vaccine. I'm not saying to go get your vaccine. It is totally up to an individual to go get their vaccine. You know your body best. For those that are older, it is recommended, and those that have high risk health issues, it is also recommended to get vaccinated. So it is totally up to you. Um, and I'll be done with that. So other than that, I just wanted to say good morning. I hope that you all are doing well. I hope that you all have a blessed day. Thank you for listening. I just wanted to do a check-in to see how everyone is doing. Next week, I will have a special guest. I will leave that a surprise. And so I just want to say hello, welcome. Make sure that you take a look at the link tree link that I have available. And what I have on there is it'll take you directly to the shop. It'll take you to the live YouTube stream. It will also, I will be updating my calendar so I can then provide services of limpias. I know I've been getting questions in regards to can I come out and do a limpia? Since I've been gone, I kind of closed that calendar, but otherwise the calendar will be back. And so I'll be able to come to you if you're not too far. Otherwise, I do provide just online, one-on-one um, speaking, healing sessions. And so know that is always an option as well. And it takes you to all my social media outlets in addition to how you can submit payments, because not everyone likes to submit an order through Etsy. Some people like to say, hey, how can I get this? So I usually try to put things that I make, things that, I share from friends and things that they make. One of the things that I really like to do, and it's open, is, if you have something that you've created and you want help, getting it out to people, know that you can send an image, give me a little description, and I can put something together and post it on my feed. Um, I love to support artists in any way that I can. New artists, upcoming artists, beginning artists, um, creators, makers, whatever it is that you want to call yourself, designers. Know that I like to support. And so you can always know that you don't always have to purchase something to support an artist and the work that they do. You can share, you can comment, you can like, you can post, and um, word of mouth, that's always good. And of course, one of the things that the artists always like is, to give them a shout out when you do support them. So there's different ways to support, the arts in many ways. There are a couple of projects that I have coming up, and that's with the Latino Center of Art and Culture. It is a Sacramento-based nonprofit organization that I have actually for many years. Actually, when I started going to Sac State, I would say back in 2009, 2010, I came across the Latino Center of Art and Culture as a volunteer. And so I was trying to find a nonprofit organization as part of my art curriculum to support an organization. So I came across the Latino Center of Art and Culture. There's a lot of things that are happening with the Latino Center of Art and Culture. Like I said, I'm working on a couple of projects, so stay tuned for those. If you do get a chance, be sure to follow them on Facebook, on Instagram, which is the Latino Center of Art and Culture Sacramento. There is going to be a couple of programs that are going to be coming up that I will be participating in. So check out for those. I will put a link on my link tree, so you can get that information once the flyer and information comes out. I'll be sure to share those as well. So there's some good projects that are going to be coming through the pipeline. If you haven't got a chance to take a look at their website, there is actually Sacramento Arts Corps that is out there, and there's a couple of good videos, some good cultural videos that you can take a look at. And as always, if you're looking to support a nonprofit organization, the Latino Center of Art and Culture is available. In addition to that, here in Sacramento, another a nonprofit organization where I actually started Aztec dancing in is the Washington Neighborhood Center. Be sure to follow the Washington Neighborhood Center as well. They have some, if I'm correct, an art um, show that's going to be coming up. So I actually just came across it through scrolling through social media. So make sure that you check that out, follow them. It's another nonprofit organization that you can support. And I kind of just like to give shout out to those two organizations because one is they support the community, they support the arts, they support the gente, and they put on programs that are for the familia. So make sure you take a look at those. And I kind of just want to end it there. I do want to say thank you. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Always with gratitude. Thank you for tuning in on this beautiful day. As you can see, the the sun is starting to come up. It was dark when I first started, and I that transition where the light starts to come. So make sure that you take a moment to step outside, give yourself some love, eat well, know that you can do anything. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't, because you are powerful, you're strong, you are determined, and know that sometimes we get into those moods where you don't get motivated to do things. And if anything, step out, take a stretch, go for a walk, element yourself. Um, as one of the good friends of mine from Soul Garden, um, really good teacher, um, always reminded me that yes, you need to element yourself. So know that you can start your day by taking care of yourself, having positive affirmations, caring for one another, loving one another, and I think the most important thing is loving yourself. Because before you can be of service to yourself, before you can be of service to others, is that know that you need to be of service to yourself. And in order to do that, you need to give yourself some love. So, once again, thank you. And as a reminder, what will you do today to give yourself love? I always like to kind of ask everyone that, see how everyone is doing. Thank you for listening. I hope that you guys have a blessed day. And as always, I'm going to end with how I began, and we'll put it away that way. As the Maestro Chuy always says, I'm going to leave it like that and we're going to close it.